This video is brought to you by Brunt, the brand that is transforming workwear. Hey y'all, today I'm going to show you how I built these lanterns. It's a decorative piece, and I think most people probably use it for home decor. You can decorate these in many different ways for basically any season. They'll work, but stay tuned and enjoy the build. Alright, so let's get started with the most complicated parts, which is the top and the bottom. First thing you need to do is get your saw set at 30 degrees. I've done the math for you so you don't have to figure this out. Just cut the corner off, and to get a perfect hexagon, you want to make sure that each side is exactly the same distance. Put together a short on this, and I'll link it in the description below, giving a little bit more detail on how I lay these out and cut them. And after you make about 6 cuts, you'll end up with a perfect hexagon. Alright, now that we got the top and the bottom cut, we can move on to the decorative piece, the cap that I call it. And this is a 2x8. Cut it pretty much the same way, it's just a little bit smaller. Again, I did the math for you, so you don't have to figure this out using my clipboard and little knowledge of geometry I know. But essentially it's the same. Establish your first 30-degree angle, rotate the block. Keep cutting, and you end up with a perfect hexagon. Now we want to mark the center of this thing because we're going to drill a hole through the center, and all you do is connect the points from side to side and you end up with the middle. You want to make sure that this drills straight through. There's going to be a screw put through there, and if it gets crooked it'll make everything look wonky. I'm measuring down now about 3/8 of an inch. We're going to cut an angle off of this. Leave that 3/8 inch lip, which is why I was marking it. Make sure you get the right angle here. Well, there you go. It's 45 degrees.
Oh, poop.
So you just knock off that little edge, 45 degrees. Be careful here. The piece is stable, but you don't want it to rock on you. There you go. Knock off the 6 edges. So now what I want to do is drill in and countersink from the bottom of that top piece. I'll put a link in the description below where I get these balls. I do cheat a little bit. Want to flatten one surface of it so that it sits smooth, and I pre-drill right in the center of that little flat spot. Put a little CA glue in the hole to keep the screw tight. And a little bit of glue will come through on the tip of the screw and lock the ball in place. When that dries up, those are not coming apart. Alright, get a straight edge here, and we're going to cut out the risers in this lantern, and the risers are all 30 degrees. But on that side of the saw blade, you set the angle to 60 degrees. You're cutting off the 30. Flip the board front to back, cut each side. Move the fence over about an inch, flip the board, cut the side, move the fence. Just do that until you have 6 pieces. And when you match up all 6 pieces at that 30-degree angle, guess what you get?
a Hexagon. So here on the drill press, I just set up a 4-inch hole saw and use clamps to sort of position that piece, and then you just cut a hole through it. Ooh, watch out, those plugs will go flying. But anyway, you're left with this little piece with an arch, and out of each hole cut, I get 2 pieces of this. So you need 12 of these. So again, take your 1x4 over, get an inch. It's probably more like 3/5/8 of an inch on the end there, but there goes that hole plug again. Oh, you know what? I bet we can make a game out of this. Ladies and gentlemen, the world premiere of Catch the Puck. Okay, so maybe that's not going to catch on. Well, anyway, now would be a good time to get all your pieces together and get them sanded before they're assembled. I do like to get the arches sanded out really well. Alright, so to attach these, what we want to do is line up the outside of the arch with the corner of that little riser piece, and I put glue in there and stick a brad nail in there just to hold it in place while that glue dries. Yes, before everybody comments that it looks like I'm about to nail my finger to it, please know that I've already done that and I've learned my lesson. So that finger is clear on the back side of that thing, and the nails are not long enough to go all the way through. So anyway, you just work your way around both the top and the bottom of these. Essentially what you end up with when you're done is a column of the legs and the arches. And from here we're almost done. We just need to attach the bottom and the top. And all I do is just center out the bottom, make sure it's equal distance from the edge, put a little glue on there. And then I want the points of the base to stick out where the legs are. On the bottom, what I do, and when I get everything set, I just drive a little brad nail through into that little leg just to hold it in place while that glue sets. Then for the top, you want to attach that decorative cap. I just stick a little glue on there, get it lined up perfectly in the center, and then clamp it down, let it dry. While the glue dries, let me tell you a little bit about this video's sponsor. That's Brunt Workwear. First impression, when you open the box, and of course they show some of the features. Comes with a cloth, cleaning the leather. Gotta love that new boot smell. But obviously, there is a lot of care put into the way that this thing is packaged. So tell right off the bat that this is a quality company. First impressions, boots are very solid. They're light. You can tell they're made with good quality material. But let's put them on, give them a road test. Brunt sells these boots directly to you. There's no middleman. Keeps the cost down. I have to say that these soft toe boots are got to be the lightest ones I've ever worn.
Been wearing them now for a while. They're good and broken in. These soft toe Marins are extremely comfortable. I can tell you they're durable, they're tough. If you're looking for some high quality boots at a low price for what you get, these boots are worth it. If you use the code 4Cube10 when you check out, it'll save you $10 on your first order. And if you're not happy, they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee. Thanks to Brunt for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the build.
And just like that, the glue's dried. You can take it out of clamps. What I do is I just set this upside down on the ball, not fall over. It is a little bit of a balancing trick. But again, just get your sides lined up. I do mark it so that I can take it off and put a little glue on the lid and then put it right back on that mark and not have to measure it out. But again, you want the points of that top to stick out where the legs are. This is easy to clamp down. I don't put brad nails on this side because it's the top. You just have to be careful that you balance this thing correctly. Put clamps on opposite sides. Now would be a great time to clean up that glue. Squeeze out the old straw in the crack trick. Oh, told you, balancing. Anyway, get it out of clamps, give it a little sanding. Hang on to your sander there, but give a light sanding all around every edge. Sometimes I'll take a round over and round over the top and the bottom there, but I didn't do that in this case. Stain it however you like. I do stain these things many different colors. I go light, I go dark sometimes. I've even stained these gray. You can paint them white, paint them whatever color you want to. And then usually I just seal them with a little bit of a polyurethane. It depends on if I know where these are going. I'll seal them with different finishes.
All right, so the thought behind these were I went to several home good type stores that sold different things for home decor, and everywhere you go you see lanterns, wooden lanterns, usually square, but I knew I didn't want to do what everybody else is doing, so I came up with this hexagon design, and I wanted to add in the decorative elements of the arches. I'm going to show you many pictures of these in different ways that I've staged them, different ways that they can be decorated up for different seasons, and you'll find out that these are pretty year-round as far as selling. You can decorate them, you can stain them different colors. I hope you've enjoyed watching me build these. Links to the plans in the description below. And if you want, you can check out my website there. I know people ask how much I sell them for. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to see another one like it, click right here. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, click here. And remember, you can get plans from my website at www.4cubedwoodworks.com.